use them. So we do regular exercises.
Check.
Everybody is practiced. Everybody is comfortable with the weapon systems. So which now enables them, rather than being worried about the drill and worried about what can go wrong, is they can concentrate on being accurate, which makes it a more effective weapon.
November 11. The corvette Maeve was steaming up the southeast coast through the rich herring grounds on routine fishery protection patrol and made a strike. 2 Dutch trawlers fishing inside the 6-mile limit. Lieutenant Commander Joe Deasy gave the order to close in. The corvette was spotted and the trawlers made a run for it. Light and flag signals to stop were ignored. The Maeve fired 6 shells after one of the vessels caught it and got an arresting party on board. She then steamed after the second trawler, fired 2 shells and caught her.
For 60 years, the Navy has been going to sea to protect this country.
Boarding party, stand by.
Much has changed in this time, but one thing remains constant. Being out there at sea is a great sacrifice.
We're out here for 220 days a year. Like, a wife at home for 220 days on her own, taking kids to school, picking them up, bringing them to grinds, bringing them to football training, swimming. It's tough going. Like, my daughter's 18, and I've been in the Navy 20 years. I like all her birthdays, like all her first day at school. I got home for communions and confirmations and things like that, you know, by taking leave or something. But you miss the best part of it. Like, all my kids are grown up now.
Could be at sea for a month, and the hardest part about being there that month, no matter what you were doing, you could be diving in sub-zero temperatures, or you could be doing an arm boarding in rough weather. But the hardest part about this job is leaving family and leaving your loved ones at home without a shadow of a doubt.
When you ring, he's like, "Mom, I'll have to ring you back, I'm watching the match." So I wouldn't have to be talking to him now for about 4 or 5 days. And he's like, "Yeah, will you let me go? I have to go now." And he doesn't take attack. He's grown up with it since he was 1, like, so he's kind of used to it.
The hardest thing about the sea and the hardest thing about the wall of water is if anything happens to me out here, what'll be left at home. You know, you could get stuck out in a storm. You know, you could be out rescuing a couple of fellas that are stuck out in a trawler that are after gone out fishing when they shouldn't have been out fishing in bad weather. You never know, like, anything can happen.
Next week, the final programme in the series looks to the future. What lies over the horizon for the Irish Navy?
I stepped out on deck and I looked aft, and there was a wave coming up behind us, and it was like a tower block behind us, and I thought, oh shit, we're never going to get up over this thing.
Do you get people saying, "Oh my God, what's it like being at sea with 40 other men?"
I think we're ending up being tomboys, really.
They would physically put their life on the line for you when you're out there. So you can't buy that. And that's what the Navy is.
Coming up on the 9 o'clock news, the new PD leader Michael McDowell says he can envisage no circumstances that would lead to the breakup of the government. Gardaí in Limerick say they still can't confirm if a burning car from which 2 children were rescued was petrol bombed. And New York comes to a standstill 5 years after 9/11. For these stories and more, join us at 9.
Creativity and intellect go hand in hand. Beautiful Minds at 8 on RTE2.